Hello students, today we're taking our panel that was glued up in the last video for the plaque. We'll take those out of the clamps and scrape them and continue on our process, our plan of procedure here to get it to where we've planed it, surface sanded it, cut it to size, and then router it, put in the nail hole, and add the graphics as well. So in our plan of procedure so far we have gone through step number 9. Okay, we are ready to continue on our process. Getting it out of the clamps, scraping it. Surface planing is 11 and surface sanding is 12. We'll take it through the 4-step process to get it cut to size in this video. Okay, in the next video we'll router it and add the keyhole and the graphics. So that's what we're doing. Let me put on the GoPro here and I'll show you what we got going. Make sure I've got my angle set appropriately. Take them out of the clamps. And we hang our clamp up. Okay, it's best if you lefty-loosey, get all the threads showing and then it moves freely. And once again, when we're hanging it, we use the handle so we don't get pinched. If these clamps aren't cleaned correctly, they'll start working hard and then we'll have to scrape off the dry glue to get them to work easily again. Okay, our other one. You can see how the glue is cured, dried for us. It's been in there the better part of a day. Minimum of 2 hours, right, of clamp time. We scrape it off. That glue is hard. It's harder than the wood and can chip the blades in our machinery. So we don't want to leave a bunch of glue on there. Scrape off what we can with our handy dandy scraper. You can see how this one is not near as flat as the other one, right? See how rough it is here? That's what we're planing off. Then the surface sander will get it smooth for us. The planer removes material. The surface sander is designed just to smooth the material. All right, so let's take it over. Today we'll be using the tabletop unit. I still have some adjustment to make to the big floor unit over there, so we'll use this one. I'm going to put on my hearing protection, and here we go. I'm going to turn it on. I've got it set up to 15/16, which is the thickness of our original wood. Okay. First thing we want to do is determine which face is the most stable. Definitely that. And that's pretty stable like that. Let's go ahead and we'll feed it through. Only takes off on the top side. We'll flip it, roughest side up. Going to make our adjustment. We have to unlock here, and then as it shows, we want to go down. Okay, so I'm going to go, these are fairly wide, so I'm just going to go 3/4 of a turn, lock it down, feed it through. Take these down to about 3/4 thickness. Rip the side, a little bit more on this one. Yep. Going over to the surface sander. So typically we're going to be using this, right, when we're taking our panels to thickness, okay? Much heavier duty machine, but it's out of adjustment right now, so we'll get it there for you before you guys come back. All right, so first of all, I need to measure this. Don't have my dial caliper up there, so I'll just use a tape measure. Yeah, we're just under 3/4 of an inch. So let's check out our measurement on this machine. You guys can set it up, but I have to check it before you run anything through. You can see we're at 3/4 of an inch. Let's give it a try. Oops, you know what? We don't have our air pressure on. This needs air to run the sanding belt. Just wait for that to stop a little bit. Okay, forgot about that. I was afraid there was condensation building up in the line. We don't have our dryers installed yet. Okay, so we are on. Let's go ahead and start up our vent system. Try that again. Using the whole belt, one spot, then the next, then the next. Roughest side up. These are a little bit shorter than what the machine recommends, so I'm pushing it through with the push stick so it doesn't get caught. Okay. Each pass we could take a little more off, so it's counterclockwise. I'm going to go 3/4 of a turn. Send it through again. Next spot on the belt. Roughest side up. So after this is our 4-step squaring process. Let's see if we're sanded enough. That'll do it. All right. Let's turn this off. Okay, the 4-step process, we have to do it in order for our panel to come out square. So step number 1 is join an edge, okay? Our joiner doesn't have a gate on it, neither one does, so it's always open. Let's go ahead and start it up. Our panel, we want the straightest edge down. We're gonna rip this one off for the defect, right? So straightest edge down. It's taller than the fence, so we can use our hands. Join an edge, step 1 of the 4-step process. Gonna mark it so we know which edge was jointed. That's important for steps 2, 3, and 4. All right, step number 1 is complete. Step number 2, if you remember, our plan said a 10 by 10 plaque. We're going to rip it to width, 10 inches, right there. Okay, lock down. The groove is showing. We can use our hands, jointed edge against the fence. Step number 2, we are ripping with the grain. We're not cutting across the grain. We're going to use the radial arm saw for that, step 3 and 4. Okay, so step number 2, here we go. Going to push it till it drops. Watching the fence, keeping it tight on the fence till it drops. And then we'll remove our scrap. Wait for the blade. Blade has stopped. We remove our scrap. And again, step number 2. All right, ready for 3 and 4. Step 3 and 4 of the 4-step squaring process. Blade has stopped. Take care of your scrap into the scrap box.